I'm Mary Lai. I'm a visual artist based in Los Angeles, California, in Hollywood. We're here at Start LA Gallery, and this exhibition is called Nostalgia, and it's kind of a sentiment to the past. And during 2020, it's been interesting times, and so I wanted to reflect back on good, happy memories. So that's what this whole exhibition is about. So this series is Flowers in a Can, and it's a nod to Andy Warhol. I loved how he kind of did pop art with these Campbell soup cans and then his pop flowers. So I combined them together, and I thought of it as like flowers in a vase and giving it to somebody. And so for me, I wanted to create handcrafted yarn and mixing it with paint and playing with mediums that are the unexpected. So then this series is Flowers in a Can, 1, 2, 3, and then it goes into how I think that it would be perfect for like a greeting card almost. And so here is kind of like the format of like a greeting card size, and I have the same image in repetition because that's how lockdown feels for us. It's like deja vu or like Groundhog's Day over and over again, but everybody's going through it differently. So then I have different titles. So it's the same image, but then you'll see thank you and I'm sorry, I love you, farewell, sending hugs. So it's like a different message or different like experience for everybody going through lockdown, pandemic 2020, but in a positive way where flowers could be gifted to somebody for congratulating them, or flowers like an expression of love, or when somebody is mourning or they lose somebody, then you give flowers as well. So it's kind of the layers of different meanings, and that's why I kind of chose the flowers for this nostalgic theme. So this series is called Dear Stranger, and it was done with an artist in Seoul, Korea. And we kind of collaborated together. I created these digital characters of female musicians, and then she would create them into these fabric dolls and mail them back to me, and then I wrap these vinyl records with colored thread and then put these all together to create this series. And so I've never met this lady that I work with, and she's an amazing artist, and we both really wanted to collaborate. So we called it Dear Strangers because it was a pen pal project where you don't know who she is, but you kind of, work on something together. So here's Yoko Ono, Stevie Nicks, all these, Madonna. We have all these iconic musicians, and it's kind of like about female empowerment and just kind of giving a nod to these amazing female voices. And so we have J-Lo, Amy Winehouse, and it goes from the alphabet from A to Z. And so we start with Alicia Keys and then go all the way to Z to Zooey Deschanel. And so here's St. Vincent, we have Whitney Houston, the great, for H. And then sometimes we use their first letter of their name, sometimes we use the last letter of their name. So here's Taylor Swift, and she's here for T, and then we have Sia for S. And so you can see like Missy Elliott. It's kind of just a very fun, playful series on pop culture, on these strong women that have created great music for us. So here we are with Debbie Harry, we have Cher, Dolly Parton, Katy Perry, Beyonce, and then Alicia Keys to start. So this is the Dear Stranger series. This series right here is all about music, and I was thinking about musicians that inspire me, and there's a local band called The Record Company, and they're actually some good friends. So we talked about this and made this like fun piece where it shows like textures. And going back to the nostalgia, it's iron-on beads that you make when you're a child. When you're kids, you're doing crafts. And so I created these small iron-on beads of not just the record company, but also Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles, that's right behind me. And then basically created them into like large art pieces. So this one is called Goodbye Sad Eyes, and this is from the record company. And I liked the title of their song, Goodbye Sad Eyes. So here's Jimi Hendrix, such a great musician. And for him, I did kind of this purple shadow for Purple Haze, which is the title of the piece. And then I did it in a way where I was just kind of doing more of like a painterly spot method to create him, versus texturized for this one. And then with the Beatles moving over here, I kind of used these vinyl decal stickers that I custom cut and then just built layers and layers to these to build these characters in the dimension. It has gold leaf foiling and then layers of paint and then paper and then vinyl. So I come from a fashion background. I used to do handbag design. And so I was thinking about fashion icons that have inspired me. And so I created this painting where I go from A through Z, and I start with Anna Wintour and end with Rachel Zoe and Zach Posen and Josie. You can see here, I even have Kanye West. He's, you know, a fashion designer in his right as well. You have the Queen of England. You have Iris Apfel, like huge icon, Oscar de la Renta, DVF over here, Tom Ford. And so it's kind of a playful painting where it's the alphabet series for fashion icons. And then I actually have one also for artists. And these are the artists that I am very inspired by, like L for Roy Lichtenstein, you have B for Banksy, and then P for Pablo Picasso, W for Warhol. So it's kind of an alphabet series that was inspired by my daughter who was learning the alphabet, and I associated with different artists that she can now learn not just the alphabet, but about these artists that have inspired me. This is my newest series. They're called the Paint Blob series, and I was just having fun with it. I wanted to create characters that were fully my own, and they're just fun, like abstract, kid-like paint blobs, and some of them have like fun expressions, but overall it's supposed to just be like a fun character that I created.